They'll smile in your face, clap for your success, even say they love your honesty. But the second you slip, the moment your back is turned, they show their real face. That's not betrayal, that's reality. You were just naive to think the world plays fair. Power is never handed to the kind. Influence doesn't reward those who wait. In any room, the person with the loudest opinions isn't the one in charge, it's the one everyone silently watches, unsure of what he'll do next. You want to be powerful? Then stop being predictable. The sheep trust that others will protect them. The wolf trusts no one, plans for everything, and strikes only when it matters. Machiavelli didn't admire cruelty. He admired clarity, the ability to see the world not as it should be, but as it truly is. So ask yourself, do people fear disappointing you, or are you just convenient to them? If your presence doesn't create tension in the room, you don't have presence. The game isn't to appear dominant, it's to be unreadable. The most dangerous man isn't loud. He listens, observes, waits. Then when the timing is perfect, he makes one move that changes everything. That's not anger, that's control. And control is the real currency of power. Stay silent long enough, and people start telling you their secrets without realizing it. Stay still long enough, and they expose their weaknesses trying to impress you. You don't need to react to every insult. You just need to let them believe you didn't hear it. Because when the wolf is quiet, the sheep get comfortable. And that's when the hunt begins. Silence isn't weakness, it's bait. Most people feel compelled to prove something. They talk to fill space, argue to be right. They chase validation like it's survival. But when you say nothing, when you let the noise pass over you, you become something they can't place. And that's exactly what you want, because what they can't understand, they fear. You see, the more predictable your reactions, the easier you are to control. They insult you, you lash out. They ignore you, you panic. They praise you, you soften. You're not leading, you're being led. But the man who doesn't flinch when provoked, the man who doesn't chase applause, that man becomes a mystery, and mystery is magnetic. Machiavelli understood this deeply. He warned, never reveal your full hand even when you have the winning cards, because once people figure out how you move, they'll begin to move against you. So remain unreadable. Let them think you're too calm to care. Let them mistake your silence for softness. Let them believe you've turned the other cheek. Because while they relax, you're calculating. You're watching who gets too comfortable, who overplays their confidence, who reveals their ambition without caution. And when the time is right, when the stakes are high and their guard is down, you strike once, precisely, quietly, and never need to strike again. That's not cruelty, that's efficiency. Because when power is used rarely but effectively, it echoes. And people don't remember the dozen times you forgave them. They remember the one time you didn't. What makes a single strike unforgettable isn't its violence, it's the silence that follows it. You don't stay to gloat, you don't explain, you don't argue, you vanish. And in that void, your enemies fill the silence with their own fear. Their minds play out scenarios worse than anything you could say. They imagine you watching, waiting, planning more. But you're already gone, moved on, while their paranoia eats them alive. This is the genius of restraint. You didn't just defeat them, you made them defeat themselves, over and over again, in their own head. Because people don't fear chaos, they fear control. A chaotic man lashes out, a controlled man chooses when to destroy, and that terrifies people more than rage ever could. Your discipline becomes your sharpest weapon. Machiavelli believed in this kind of power. Not loud, not constant, but surgical. Power that doesn't bark, it watches. Then, when the moment arrives, it tears through the fabric of illusion so fast that no one sees it coming. One move, one consequence, and then ashes. No apology, no warning, no repetition. Because once you've made your point loud enough, saying it again only makes you look insecure. Let the others rant, let them post, shout, argue, punish every offense like it's a crisis. While they burn themselves out proving strength, you cultivate something more dangerous: patience, clarity, timing. And when you strike, it's not just punishment, it's a message. A message that you don't correct behavior, you end it. That's why people remember the quiet ones, not because they made noise, but because when they finally did, it was the last sound anyone heard. The real masters of power don't strike to punish, they strike to transform the landscape. Their aim isn't revenge, it's recalibration. They don't waste their energy on every insult or every act of defiance. That's what amateurs do, constantly chasing control, exhausting themselves, addicted to the performance of dominance. But power is never about chasing, it's about positioning, about standing so still, so silent, that your absence becomes a presence in every room. You don't just want to be feared, you want your silence to be feared more than your words ever could be. Because when people can't predict you, they can't prepare for you. This is why you strike once. You study, you wait, you let patterns form. You observe who overreaches, who disrespects, who assumes you're sleeping. And just when they get comfortable, you erase them. No war, no drama, just correction delivered with cold precision. And when the dust settles, you vanish again. That silence afterwards, that's your signature. The more invisible you are after your strike, the louder its echoes. People begin to second-guess everything. Every word they speak, every move they make. They adjust themselves, not because you told them to, but because they fear being next. That's not control, that's domination. Machiavelli understood this better than anyone. Power isn't about being present, it's about being felt. So strike once, make it surgical, make it absolute, then disappear. No speeches, no aftermath, no second round. Let your name become a lesson. Let your memory become a warning. And when they speak of you, let them whisper. If this shook something in you, subscribe to True Minds, where truth hides in strategy and power speaks in silence.